Hello and welcome to Rathod's IS. Today in this class, we are going to see current affairs of 8th October 2023. And whatever the current affairs we are going to discuss, that will be important from our UPSC point of view and even from our state service examination point of view as well. And if you are preparing for any competitive examination, current affairs becomes a very important. So, here we are going to discuss Sunday's newspaper, and many students they have tendency to not to read the Sunday's newspaper, but in this Hindu we are going to have this science and technology page. So there you can cover your science and technology and as well as environment and ecology related current affairs. So this is very important, and we are going to see at most important topics in this class. Is that clear? So let us start our discussion. So the first important article, it is about Israel-Palestine issue. So it is not a new issue now. So even before we got independence also, yes, this issue was there. So it is between Jews and Hamas. So these Jews are most persecuted minority people. Okay, so we have to see this Israel-Palestine issue. And you have to see what are the reasons or issues between these Jews and Hamas. And now you have to see what is the history. You have to see what is the history of Israel-Palestine issue. So all these things are very important, and this topic is important from your GS paper 2 under international relations. Okay, so you can expect a mains based question from this topic. And now what happened? Israel at war, Hamas they attacked. So because of this, around 200 people they died. So here it is very important. And next topic is GST Council affirms 28% tax on online betting from October 1st. So as you all know that recently 50th GST Council meet happened. So 50th GST Council meet happened. So in this 50th GST Council meet, our finance minister decided that for online gaming and online betting, so we'll be having this 28% tax, and it is going to be started from October 1st onwards. Okay, so this is the thing that mainly said. And apart from that, here we are also coming up with some important updates regarding this tax slabs of GST. So first one here is extra neutral alcohol liquor. So it is outside GST now. So this extra neutral alcohol, you have to know about that, because you may get a question regarding that extra neutral alcohol. What is that? So what are the advantages? So where we are using that? And also here states empowered to tax this extra neutral alcohol, and we have blended flour with at least 70% of millets, and it is tax free now. Okay, whenever you are selling that loose, so there is no tax which is imposed on that millet based flour. And even on molasses, which slashed from 28 to 5% to lower cattle feed costs and to help sugarcane farmers. So there is decreased on the tax slab of 5% on this sugarcane. So these are the two important topics in our first page. And here you can see one more important article, that is about Sikkim flash floods, 8 soldiers killed and 14 were missing. So this topic is also important, and here you have to know about what are these glacial lakes and what is this glacial lake outburst flood. So already you know that because of increasing of climate change, so what is happening? There is increasing of global warming, and because of this black carbon which is depositing on these glaciers. So because of this black carbon which is depositing on these glaciers because of vehicular emissions, so it is absorbing more heat. So whenever there is more heat absorbed, that will lead to melting of these glaciers. And recently one report said that there is increase in number of glacial lakes, and these glacial lakes are bounded by boulders and sediments. And because of this increasing of water in this glacial lake, that will be increasing pressure on these boundaries, and finally that will lead to burst. So that thing which happened in this glacial lake in Sikkim, and that led to flash floods. Right? So now what happened? So a lot of people, they were killed and many of them injured, and even Indian army persons, they got missing. Okay, so this is about this topic, and we discussed about that in detail in our yesterday's and day before yesterday's class. And you can directly move on to the states page. Here you can see one article, that is 59% of general category students agree with or neutral to castiest remarks, says IIT study. So what happened in higher institutions? I am not talking about this article, but in general, in higher education institutions, so we are facing issue of caste discrimination. Caste discrimination which is seen in the campus. So because of this caste discrimination, there is also increase in number of suicides. So recently there was one article in newspaper that there is increase in number of suicides in IITs because of this caste based discrimination. Okay, so please let me know what are the reasons for this caste based discrimination and what can be the measures taken. So what can be the measures taken and what are the reasons behind this caste based discrimination? So you have to know the reasons and please let me know. Okay, it is your homework, because this caste which comes under social issues and Indian society point of view, and it is a part of our static syllabus. So please let me know. So what are the reasons for this caste discrimination and when this caste discrimination started in our history? When it was started and what is the impact on society? So you can collect some recent data of caste discrimination, example Dalits. So recently in Tamil Nadu, here teenagers, they had been beaten to death. So it is one of caste discrimination. And even till now in some areas, Dalits, they will be not allowed to enter into temples. It is caste based discrimination. So like that you have to collect some data and you have to make that data handy. Is that clear? And if you move on, here you can see one article, that is ITBP, that is Indo-Tibetan Border Police. So ITBP on alert, conducting patrols along China border, says Home Ministry. So here you have to know about the Central Reserve Police Forces. So under this we have different types like ITBP, BSF, Border Security Force, and we have CRPF. Okay, we have like other police forces, Indian Industry Security Force, CISF. So you have to know what all the mandate of the CRPF, that will be very important from your security point of view. And we are going to see what is ITBP, and regarding this we have to see what is the history, so why we need that, so in which border they are guarding. So all these things that you have to know. And if you move on, here you can see ISRO plans Gagan unmanned flight test gates for abort mission. So here you have to see what is this Gagan mission, that's it. So we are going to focus on only what is Gagan mission. So what are the important aims and objectives of this mission? Okay, that's it. And if you move on, you can see there is one article, that is Ganga-Ghagra Basin canals pose a threat to this dolphins. So dolphins, you are having the threat. So this article is also very important. Okay, it is very, very important, and this topic is important from your environment and ecology. And if you move on to the science page, so we have some important articles like, for example, improving the compatibility of pig organs for transplantation. So if you're following current affairs, I think you might be remembering that. So heart of a pig which had been transplanted to human in America, and finally that had been survived for 13 days, and after 13 days transplant rejection happened and that person lost the life. Okay, so in this way here, so we are trying to improve this compatibility to reduce this transplant rejections in the humans. So this is about this article. And whenever we are getting organs from the pigs, and whenever we are having a more success rate, and we can improve the life expectancy in the humans. Why? Because recently we discussed one article that there is decreasing of organs. So here the people, they are waiting for the organs. So because of this lack of organs, so many people, they are losing their life. Especially this is happening in this kidney patients in India. So because of that, if this is a success, then we can increase the life expectancy in the humans. And next topic, it is about now a more efficacious, inexpensive malaria vaccine. So it is talking about vaccine, that is malaria vaccine. So the malaria vaccine name here is important, that is R21 or Matrix M vaccine. So it is developed by Oxford and it is manufactured by Serum Institute of India. After this malaria, which is caused by parasite, that is Plasmodium. So in this we will be having different types, Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, like that. And this malaria, which is caused mainly by the mosquito bite, that is female Anopheles mosquito. So what happened now, especially in these three countries like Nigeria, Ghana and Burkina Faso, so they had said that they approved the vaccine for these children who are less than 36 months, that is less than 3 years, for this malaria. So here you have to think about vaccine efficiency. That means, so after taking the vaccine, so how much long we can see the presence of antibodies. And you have to see some facts regarding this malaria. Okay. And next topic is about the risk with radioactive water release. So what happened? So because of tsunami in Japan, that collapsed this Fukushima, okay, plant. Okay, that destroyed this Fukushima plant. So what happened? Because of that event, that tsunami, that led to nuclear disaster. So in that nuclear disaster, water had been trapped in that nuclear power plant. And actually Japan government is trying to release that water out. But finally, it came up with the releasing of this water into nearby Pacific Ocean. And before releasing that water, they are going for the treatment of that water, so that they are trying to minimize this radioactive waste. Okay, and next one here is, so they are going to continue this process for the next 30 years. Okay, so this is about this topic. And next topic is how plastics affects our daily life. So what happened nowadays, instead of using the traditional jute things or the paper bags, now we are moving towards this plastic. So plastic, it is not biodegradable thing. That means if you are throwing away here or there, so it will be taking some years to disintegrate, and after disintegrating they will be converting into microplastics. So this microplastic are very harmful for human health, for animal health, for the biodiversity, and as well as environment as total. Right? So what happened now is, so this article saying that how it is going to affect. So now we are using like plastic bottles, plastic straws, plastic cutlery, polythene bags, baby products, laptops, cell phones, drones, aircrafts, everything. So even Chandrayaan using materials which are made up of the combination of metals and as well as glass and plastic OH. So because of this, it is very, very difficult. We are not, it is unavoidable like using of plastic in our daily life, but it will be having lot of impact. So this is a thing which mainly said by UNEP report. Okay. So it said that this plastic waste is going into aquatic ecosystem, it is polluting lakes, it is polluting rivers and seas, etc. And even this plastic pollution which also alter the habitats and as well as natural processes, and even it will be having impact on the millions of the people's livelihood, right? So this is the thing which mainly said here. Okay, so these are the important articles that appeared. So now let us try to see the notes part. Let us try to see the detailed analysis of this class. Okay, important current affairs. So first one, as I said, Israel at war as Hamas attacks least 200 dead. So this article is important from your international relations point of view, which comes under your GS paper too. So it is very important. So you can expect a mains question, and not only that, you can expect a map based question. So actually I forgot to attach map here. So now it is your work to look after the map. And now let us see in detail. So if you see context, it says that Palestinian Islamist groups, that is Hamas, launched the biggest attack on Israel in years, and in this attack around 200 people they lost their life. It is a very biggest attack, I can say. And if you see details, it says that here Iran backed group that had declared war as its army confirmed fighting with militants in the several Israeli towns and military bases near Gaza. So this is the thing which mainly said by this Prime Minister of Israel. So what are the factors that are triggering this conflict? So first one is Hamas rule in Palestine. So Hamas, they found in 1987, it is a violent outshoot of Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood, and they are seeking to raise the banner of Allah every inch of Palestine, that is through violent jihad. So through this violent jihad is nothing but religious war, right? So they want to spread this Muslim Brotherhood, that too with a force, by using this jihad. So at that time here, Palestinian president, he was very much quiet, and hence what happened, he unable to fight for the cause at that time. So because of this, now Hamas, they became, or they evolved as more radical faction in these Palestinians. And next one here is political instability. It is seen in both the states, that is between Israel and Palestine. Okay, it is also one important reason that led to violence. And next one is divided Israel. So Israelis, they are highly divided, and the Arabian Israelis, they are just 20% of population, but here they identify with these Palestinians because they are having the same ethnicity. These Arabian Israelis, and they are far-sighted community of Israel, so they are engaging in civil war like activities in the country. And not only this here, so with this Palestinian people also, there are some issues which are going on, because these people, they don't want this two-state nation, and many countries, they had been accepted this as a state, okay, Israel as a separate state. Okay, so here this is the issue. And if you are talking about historical background of this Israel-Palestine issue, so the conflict has been going on more than 100 years. So it is between Jew and as well as Arabs. So they are mainly talking about a piece of land which is present between this Jordan River and as well as Mediterranean Sea. So at that time, from 1882 to 1942, so Jews, they have become the most persecuted minority, and these people from the different areas of the world, they came together and they gathered at this place called as Palestine. And this movement of people, especially Jews from the different areas, they are coming towards and they are gathering in this Palestine. This is called as Aliyahs. So what happened later on in 1917, Ottoman Empire, which had been fall down after this World War I, and UK, it got control over Palestine after this World War I. And at that time, so this land was inhabited by this Jew minority, and Arabs will be the majority at that time. So later on, they came up with this Balfour Declaration. So this Balfour Declaration, which issued after Britain, which gained control with the aim of establishing the home for these Jews in Palestine. And later on, what happened, Arabs, they were in majority in this Palestine, and Jews, they favored the idea of Palestine. But what happened, Arabs, they didn't like this. Okay, so at that time here, Arabs started killing these Jews, and many people, they lost their life. Okay, so in 1947, United Nations, which voted for this Palestine to be split into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem being the international city. Okay, so that plan was accepted by these Jewish leaders, but it is not accepted by this Arab side. Because of that, it has been never implemented. So because of this, till now also the issue which is going on between these Arabs and as well as Jews. Okay, so this is about this topic. And next topic is about GST Council, which affirms 28% of tax on online betting from October 1st. And this topic is important from your GS paper 3. under economy, and this topic is important from both your prelims and as well as your mains. So now let us see this topic in detail. So this topic is at most important. So context says that GST Council, which came up with lowering of this tax rates on this certain millet based products. So it was like 28%, now it decreased to 5% because 2023 is considered as International Year of Millets. So this millets which will be ensuring our micronutrients, because this millets like bajra, jowar, etc. so they will be having the rich micronutrients, and this micronutrients are very much helpful to address many issues, many health related issues which are facing by the people now. Okay, and we are facing issue called as hidden hunger. Hidden hunger is nothing but there is micronutrient deficiency that we can address if you are taking this millets. Okay, so because of this, now the tax which is imposed on this millet based nutritional products or millet based products from 28% slab to 5%. So it is a affirmative step that I can say. And this one is even the taxation rates on this extra neutral alcohol which is given to the states. So what is extra neutral alcohol? It is a purest form of alcohol, and it will be not having any taste or any smell. But this extra neutral alcohol which can be used for the different purposes like making of spirits, making of alcoholic beverages, and even it is having many other applications. So from where it is produced? It is produced from the raw materials such as sugarcane, molasses, or the grains like corn, rye, wheat, barley, and as well as rice. So if you're talking about online gaming, so nowadays there is increased craze for this online gaming. So I think you might be also playing online games in your mobile sometimes if you get bored, right? So what are the reasons for this popularity in this gaming? So first one is there is internet penetration. So because of this using of Geo internet, what happened? That led to increasing of internet penetration even in the rural areas. So that led to increasing of use of online games. And next one is young consumer base. So now what happened? So now the people who are using the smartphones, they are youth, right? Even because of this COVID-19 entry into our lives, so 6 to 10th class students, they are maintaining mobile phone, that too smartphone. So they have been habituated to playing these games. And even recent Acer report also said that, so during this COVID-19 time, so students, they used to get this smartphone for online education, but they are using them for playing of these online games. Correct? Can you relate the points? And next one is there is growth of influencer economy as well, and there is lifestyle changes due to this COVID-19 pandemic, and there is increased booming of game industry, online gaming industry, and there is rise of disposable income of people. So because of this, there is increasing of standard of living. So because of this increasing of standard of living, what happened? Again, people, they started using of smartphones instead of small phones. Okay, so this is about this topic, and here you have to see which are the different types of online games. So in this online games, we have normally two types. So games of luck and as well as games of skill. So games of skill means we have to use some skill to play that games. Okay, for example, fantasy sports and as well as casual games, card games, etc. But there are some games that we can win by the chance or luck. Okay, so for example, playing cards, roulette, rolling of dice, even picking, numbered ball, etc. So these are the chance of luck or the games of luck. So why we have to focus on this online gaming industry? So if you see this contribution of online gaming industry to our economy, so it is expected to be around the $5 billion industry by 2025, and it is also growing at a compounded annual rate growth of 28 to 30% increase. And even there is real money gaming segment which generated over rupees 10,000 crore in revenue in 2022. And even there are some of the prominent companies in this sector, they are providing this online games 24/7. Okay, so because of this, Yes, there is a need to control this online gaming because of huge potential of revenue for the government. Correct? And next topic is about ITBP alert. ITBP on alert conducting patrols along this China border. So if you are talking about this China border, so here this is our northern part. Okay, so here in this western sector, in this central sector and in the eastern sector, we are sharing boundary with this China. And wherever we are sharing boundary, we have disputes. And it is not only in the case of India, but China, where it is sharing this continental boundary. That means land boundary and even sea boundary. So wherever it is having its territory, it is having the issues with the other countries. Okay, so this is the issue. And because of this here differences or disputes between India and China, so we have this ITBP. So this ITBP, so this ITBP will be guarding the borders. Okay, so now let us try to see this topic in detail. It is utmost important. So now here ITBP, that is Indo-Tibetan Border Police, they conducted about 2,899 patrols across this border between India and China between April to December 2022. So within a very short period of time, we had around 3,000 times patrolling happened. So you can understand how much threat we are facing from this China, because within these limited period only we had this lot of patrols. So if you are not doing patrols and if you are not guarding our borders, so here Chinese will be coming and occupying our territories, right? So the ministry, Home Ministry said that ITBP ensured the security of border and also remained vigilant during this heightened security scenario along this Indo-China border. And the number of patrols, around 300 a month, are said to have increased after the latest border row with the China, which began in 2020. So 20 Indian soldiers recently they had been killed because of this Galwan Valley incident, right, in 2020. And next one is we are having some patrolling points, even they are under control of China. So even there are some areas which are under control of China. So we are trying to come up with the talks and maintain standoff, but it is not happening. So even on the sidelines of number of international summits also we went, but there is no complete standoff in this LAC region. So this is also one important issue. And if you see some facts regarding this Indo-Tibetan Border Police, so Indo-Tibetan Border Police is one of the central armored police forces of India. So it is a specialized mountain force, and the most of the officers and men, they are professionally trained in this mountaineers and skies. So one more important thing here is where we are sharing boundary with this India and China. So we have hilly rugged topography. Okay, hill topography that is seen. Okay, so because of this, yes, we need the people who trained to live in this mountains as well as skiers. And next one is if you're talking about origin, so they had been raised in 1962 in the wake of Sino-Indian War of 1962 for deployment along India's borders with China-Tibet Autonomous Region. And if you see status here, ITBP was initially raised under the CRPF Act. However, in 1992, Parliament enacted ITBPF Act and rules thereunder were framed in 1994. So, we're talking about what is the motto. Motto here is Shaurya Dhirta Karma Nishta. It is very, very important from your mains. That means valor, determination, devotion to duty. So, under which ministry they will come under? That is nothing but Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, so these are some important facts that you have to remember. And now let us see next topic. It is about Ganga Gagra Basin Canals pose a threat to dolphins, say study. So this article is at most important. Okay, now let us try to see this topic in detail. So if you see recently one publication released, so this publication says that 19 Gangetic River dolphins, they had been rescued from irrigation canals. So where it is present in this Ganga Gagra Basin, which is located in this Uttar Pradesh. So between this 2013 to 2020, so about 19 Gangetic River dolphins, they had been rescued. So if you see details, the publication is rescuing Ganges River dolphins from irrigation canals in UP, North India, 2013 to 2020. It said that, so lot of this, many of these Ganges dolphins, they had been stuck in these irrigation projects. So because of this, there is losing of life which is seen in these dolphins. And this paper which point out that we went for 24 rescue operations and they are conducted between this 2013 to 2020. And in this rescue operation, 19 were rescued and about 5 they died. And there were 19 successful rescue operations and 14 dolphins, they are being identified as male and others are, out of this 19, so 14 were female and 10 as male, and out of this 5 were dead. So publication said that what are the reasons? The reason here is, so because of construction of dams and because of construction of barrages, they affected the habitat. Okay, they are affecting the habitat of these animals and they had been moving to these irrigation canals. So because of this, they have risk of injury or death from multiple factors. So which are those factors? Because of receding of water. Sometimes there will be high water content, sometimes there will be low water content. So it is based on the flood water. And this one is heat stroke and human interferences. So these are the some important reasons. And apart from that, here if you are talking about the protection status of this Ganges River dolphin, so they are present under Schedule 1 of Indian Wildlife Protection Act, and even they are protected under Appendix 1 of CITES, and they are also listed as endangered under IUCN Red List. So these are the very important facts. And next article, it is about 24 unreported human-made earthworks discovered. So here you have to know about one technology, that is LiDAR. So researchers, they searched about 5,315 square kilometers of LiDAR survey, and they said that about 24 unreported human-made earthworks. Okay, they are mainly seen in the fortified villages. So here LiDAR survey data covered only 0.08% of total area of Amazonia. So in this Amazonia, they found that yes, earthworks are done by the people. There are 24 unreported things. Okay, so here we have to know about what is this LiDAR. So LiDAR is nothing but it is a remote sensing method. Okay, it is a remote sensing method, and they are using light in the form of pulsar laser to measure ranges and variable distances, to measure distances and to measure ranges. So we are using this light, that is called as LiDAR. And these light pulses combined with other data recorded by airborne system. So we are generating precise 3-dimensional information about the shape of the earth and its surface characteristics as well. And a LiDAR instrument principally consists of a laser, a scanner and a specialized global positioning system receiver as well. And airplanes and helicopters are the most commonly used platforms for acquiring this LiDAR data over broad areas. So this is about LiDAR. We are using normally light and we are measuring the ranges and as well as variable distances. Okay, and if you are talking about how it is working, so what is the principle? So it is working on a very simple principle. So they will throw laser lights on an object on the earth surface and they will be calculating the time, so in which time it will be returning back. So based on the returning back time, we can identify the distance. Okay, so this is the principle on which it works. And next topic is the risk with radioactive wastewater release. So this article is talking about Fukushima nuclear plant. This nuclear plant is located in Japan. So this is very important. So this is one example of nuclear disaster. So it happened because of tsunami. So what happened, if you say context now, wastewater which had been trapped in this Fukushima nuclear power plant, it is releasing into the nearby Pacific Ocean. So the plan, which includes release of radioactive wastewater, began in August 2023 and is going to continue till next 30 years for the complete disposition of this nuclear wastewater. So the science behind the risk shows that the amounts of radiation in these plants, so which will be very less, because they are going for treatment before releasing of this water, and because of this radiation safety limits are also followed, so that we are not going to have that much impact. Okay, so this is about important articles, and now I want to announce you about this mains answer writing course. So this mains answer writing course is very important for the beginners and as well as students who already started the preparation and the students who are having the fear of writing answers. So if you join this, I can ensure you that you are going to lose your fear 100%. So in this course, we are covering entire your GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 and even we are going to have practice of essay and case study. So here for every question, essay and case study, we are going to provide the modal answer. So even though if you are facing problem regarding content, what to write initially, yes, you can refer this modal answers for the content. And you can download this modal answers so that you can use them for the further reference. And even we are going to provide the detailed evaluation of your answers and we will be giving you the feedback. So in that feedback, we will be telling you like where you are going wrong and where you are going right and how your presentation is. So how can you improve your presentation? So whether you address the demand of question or not. So we have some keywords. So whether you wrote answer according to the keywords or not. So all these things will be given in a detailed feedback. And we will be having live doubt clearing sessions on every Sunday at 7 p.m. There we will be discussing the content. There will be having ideas regarding how to improve presentation. There we will be having live essay writing practice and case study practice. Okay, so in this way you can improve your writing skills. And the cost of this course is 8,200 rupees and the medium of classes will be only in English. So we are not using Hindi anywhere. And if you can't pay this amount in one go, you can pay in 2 times or the 2 installments. Okay, and if you want to join this course, so please call me on this number 8074765513, and this is also WhatsApp number. You can text me on WhatsApp as well, so that you can directly talk to me. And you can visit our website rathodscienceacademy.com to enroll this course. And this course is going to be started from tomorrow, so hurry up. It will be very useful, and I can swear that 100% you are going to lose the fear of answer writing, especially this essay and case study. Okay, so this is about this course and I will show how this course will be working. So this is our course. So first we will be giving you the 52 weeks of schedule. So in this 52 weeks of schedule, we will be giving you the weekly targets with a very minimum syllabus so that you can complete within 2 to 3 days. So after that, preparing of that schedule, so daily we will be providing you one question that you will be receiving to your mail. So after that, receiving the question, so you have to start the stopwatch and you have to write answer. So why there is a need of stopwatch? Because here in UPSC you have to write answer within the time limit. So you will be getting 7 to 8 minutes for 10 marker question and around 10 to 11 minutes for 15 marker question. So for that, maintaining of stopwatch is very important so that you can understand your writing speed. So that we will be having the targets to decrease that speed. And this one is, you have to send your answer in a form of PDF to our mail ID so that the evaluation is done. So this is the way of evaluation. And after that evaluation, we will be resending your corrected copy to your mail. It will be taking like 2 to 3 working days. And you will be checking the feedback what you are giving, and based on that you can improve. And on every Sunday we will be having this type of Zoom interactions. So in this Zoom here, you can raise your voice so that you can ask your doubts without any fear. Okay, so this is the program. This is the how this program will be working. And one more thing here is, if you want to get the notes of this class, you can join this Telegram channel. The name of the Telegram channel is Rathod's IAS classes. Okay, you can click on the link which is given even in the description box so that you can join this channel. So you will be getting updates and notes here. And this is our Rathod's IS Academy YouTube channel. You have to subscribe to this channel so that you will be getting a lot of interesting videos which will be helpful in your preparation. And this is our website, rathodsisacademy.com. So if you are visiting to our website for the first time, you have to click on login register. And if you are clicking on that, this page will be opened. So you have to click on do not have account if you are visiting for the first time, and you have to fill the details and you have to register. So after registering, again you have to come back to this login and you have to give your mail ID and password and you have to log in. So after that, you can click on the courses. You can see the course list. So here these are the wide range of courses that we are offering in our Rathod's IS. Okay, so if you want to watch the demo videos, you can click on play course so that you can watch 3 demo videos. So if you are having doubts or if you are weak in single subject, you can take the single subject subscription also. And if you are taking subscription here, so it will be valid for 2 years. So for 2 years, how many times you want to watch, you can watch. You will be also getting the PDF material after enrollment. And this is our main translating course, so you have to enroll here. Okay, and next one here is, this is our foundation course for 2024 and 2025, and here which includes entire your GS, and even you will be getting essay, and as well as prelims test series, prelims booster course, mains translating course, and as well as mains test series. Everything will be included in this, and the cost of this foundation course is 45,000 rupees, and the validity is 2 years. You will be having both mix of recorded and live classes. So that's all for today. I hope you are going to join this mains answer writing, and we are going to meet on live soon. So thank you so much for watching, and if you really like this class, so hit the like button and share this video to your friends also, and please do subscribe to Rathod's IS Academy. Don't forget. Thank you so much.